Another secret society that really paved the way for socialism and communism throughout Europe was the Carbonari. Most people will have never heard of this one, of course. The Carbonari, also known as the charcoal burners, was a revolutionary secret society active in Italy from about 1800 to 1831. The roots of the Carbonari can be traced back to southeastern France around the beginning of the French Revolution. It became a powerful force in the European revolutionary struggles of the early 19th century. The Carbonari was probably derived from the Order of Woodcutters, a fraternal secret society founded by Freemasons in the 1740s in Paris. So we're going to constantly see the influence of tons of occult groups, Freemasonic groups, and other occult traditions throughout the total beginnings and origins of communism and its emergence, of course, through Marx and Engels, and then eventually the Bolsheviks and Soviets. Members of the Carbonari called one another good cousins and pledged mutual support and protection upon the blade of an axe, a very significant Freemasonic symbol, the axe. And again, also the symbol of the fasces, right? The axe with the surrounding bundle of rods representing centralization of political power and authority. Their lodges were called shops because it was all about wood cutting, wood burning, etc., which had a system of 2 degrees. We're going to see all of these secret societies had different degree systems, and they patterned these degrees on other secret orders, many of which were patterned upon Freemasonry. The Carbonari only had a 2-degree system, apprentice and master, kind of like, the Sith. There's an apprentice and there's a master. Members took names drawn from the history of the Middle Ages and had secret signs and passwords to identify themselves to other Carbonari members. Immediately after their initiation, Carbonari members were required to acquire a rifle, 50 rounds of ammunition, and a dagger, and be prepared to use them in a revolutionary capacity. This was one of the symbols used by the Carbonari, obviously leveraging Christian symbolism. The symbolism of the Vatican there with the crossed keys, which is still used by the Vatican today, and an upward and downward pointing cross. And then the symbols of Alpha and Omega representing God and or Christ. But also putting the pentacle in the middle of it, the upright pointing pentacle, which is a symbol of Wicca and witchcraft. The Carbonari had a high degree of success in organizing political pressure and revolutionary violence across Europe. The Carbonari used popular religious symbolism, as I've just said, instead of esoteric symbolism, making it more acceptable in the Catholic and Eastern Orthodox countries where it operated. It recruited its membership largely from the middle classes, although it also employed a strategy of infiltration by recruiting bureaucrats, policemen, and soldiers. This made it easy for the Carbonari to counter efforts to suppress them, since police and soldiers tasked to hunt them down were, as often as not, Carbonari members themselves. Again, they infiltrated the entire culture. Some of the most famous revolutionaries of the time were members of the Carbonari. Filipe Buonarroti, organizer of several revolutionary secret societies, had close connections with the Carbonari during his years in Swiss exile, and made use of his Carbonari connections in recruiting for his primary secret society, the Sublime Perfect Masters. So we're going to look at Buonarroti and the Sublime Perfect Masters. Before that, let's take a